Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Harnel Richmond, and I am the Manager of Training and Employee Development for the training team at the Project Management Office within University Finance and Administration. I'm here with the rest of my team.
Hi, my name is Matt O'Brien, and I'm a training coordinator in the PMO office within University Finance and Administration. I've been in the L&D sector for over 10 years, developing strategies and training content for both in-person and virtual learners.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Lopresti, and I'm also a training coordinator within the project management office. I just started my journey in this position, but have experience in developing and facilitating content in hybrid settings for students, staff, and faculty at multiple institutions.
During this session, we are going to share our experience with engaging hybrid audiences. We want to help you better understand how to fully engage both remote and in-person audiences within the same session, and help your participants feel like they are 110% involved.
To start off, we would like to bring attention to the goals for this session. By the end of our time together, you will be able to demonstrate how to create a sense of community in virtual classrooms, run a hybrid workshop with ease, and use virtual tools to build camaraderie with your audience. Hybrid sessions involve an audience both in person and remote, with the instructor or instructors being in one or both of those modalities. There may be barriers in trying to create an inclusive experience for the entire audience, so we want to share what's worked best for us.
In the last 5 years, especially since the pandemic, companies have had to shift their focus from in person to hybrid formats. By doing this, they had to switch to virtual software such as Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and WebEx. Tools used in these programs that allow for easy collaboration are breakout rooms, shared screens, and whiteboards. These features enable an in-office feel, but in a virtual format. Teams also allows groups to communicate freely throughout channels and groups for easy information sharing. Additionally, as instructional designers, we found a way to incorporate engaging media from sites like Powtoon and Canva, which allowed us to create training through the use of animated videos and GIFs.
We were also able to use Canvas, our learning management system, to help navigate the hybrid environment. By using Articulate 360, which is a paid software, we created a variety of e-courses that helped facilitators engage their audience. Check with your department to see which platforms and software you may have access to.
Our experience in hybrid environments as both facilitators and attendees has evolved since the end of the pandemic. The virtual atmosphere may have changed, but the hybrid format has become more prominent. That's why, as facilitators, it's important to keep enhancing your knowledge on keeping your learners engaged in virtual environments.
It helps to help participants understand their technology. As facilitators, we have taught sessions on platforms we frequently use, such as Microsoft Teams, encouraging our learners to feel comfortable with its tools and features. We have also facilitated courses focusing on presenting with a hybrid audience.
There is always a need to keep up on the new trends of technology in the sector. We continue our personal journey of learning technology and understanding the latest developments by also attending workshops and conferences as attendees. We have been able to gain a better understanding of how to conduct trainings within University Finance and Administration by learning about relevant topics such as AI and presenting data. When considering new trends, remember, is this relevant to your field? The world is always evolving, so it is important to look ahead and continue to learn for the future.
Speaking of which, we have certainly learned a lot in the past few years. Here are some tips we have for you so that you may be able to create the best hybrid experience possible. The main thing to keep in mind is that you want every participant to have a shared experience. One audience should not have an advantage over another, meaning that if I am physically sitting in the room during a session, I should not have a better or more engaging experience than someone who is logging on remotely. As a facilitator, you want to share content in a way that both remote and in-person audiences can equally experience.
If you're in a classroom with video equipment for you to join a meeting, it's helpful to take advantage of that so the remote audience can feel like they're a part of the whole group. If you do not have the classroom equipment, you could have the in-person audience join the remote meeting individually so that everyone can see each other. Incorporate an icebreaker or introductory activity so that your audience begins to feel a sense of camaraderie. Encourage all participants to turn their cameras on at the beginning of each session, as this will help them feel more engaged and can help remind the whole group that there is an audience joining virtually. Similarly, if only the facilitator is remote and the rest of the audience is in person, the facilitator should have their camera on and be consistently engaged with the group. It is important to encourage class engagement from both audiences. Within a hybrid group, you really want to keep that hybrid factor top of mind and incorporate activities that engage both audiences.
Some helpful ways to make sure that your hybrid audience is actively involved is with activities like Q&A sessions and online polls that both audience formats can participate in. Allow for both audiences to participate during your Q&A sessions and launch polls online so that everyone can participate. Check the chat periodically to make sure you don't miss anything, and share any documents or files here too. Be sure to include an avenue for feedback, such as a Qualtrics survey, so participants can provide comments or suggestions on your session.
Fostering a positive office culture has also evolved since the pandemic. Certain departments that may have been remote have been navigating the transition to hybrid schedules. Keep the tips we shared in mind, as they can assist in creating an inclusive and positive office environment as well. Whenever you're hosting gatherings with hybrid audiences, whether they are meetings, workshops, or conferences in the office, remember always to make sure you engage all of the participants.
Thank you again for joining us.
We hope you learned something today.
We can't wait to learn about what you're up to at the rest of the conference.
If you have any questions or comments, please contact us at the email on screen. Thank you again for watching.